Steve, you guys have been working this charter for a long time, Aqualib. What makes you different from other charters?
What makes us different? Well, I reckon what makes us different is the love and care we have for the ocean. And you can very easily overfish a spot.
Sure.
Go there too many times, take too many fish, and the fish won't come back again. So we've got 4,000 spots now.
4,000 spots?
4,000 spots, guaranteed spots that the fish are there, but they aren't always hungry.
Of course. You can't guarantee the fish are going to bite.
No, that's right.
But you reckon that most times you turn up, A, the fish are going to be there at least, and B, you haven't fished it for how long between fishes?
At least probably 6 months minimum.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. A lot of people think charters really rape and pillage the ocean. Yes, I'm sure there's some that are, but really here on Aqualib, it's not going to happen. And that's why you've got a much greater chance of actually catching a good fish to take home with you.
Aqualib also have some of the best King George whiting grounds I've ever seen. Not just for size, but quantity too. Richard Thomas is a bit of a KG fan, and it didn't take him long to assume the prime position and get into the action. Being a man of experience, I always follow the owner of the boat.
Now, Richard, you're on the KG spot, and this looks like a KG to me. And it is. Now that is a King George whiting. Have a look at him. That deserves a closer look, eh? Well, this is another specialty of Aqualib, and it took the boss one drop to find it. Have a look at this for a King George. We'll get the hook out quickly. That is a great fish. All right, he's in the net. They're slippery suckers. Now, if you caught that in Cockburn Sound, you wouldn't be unhappy with yourself, would you? Hey? What a King George whiting. Yep. Yeah, that could be a Jewy. It could be a Jewy, Harry.
Well, that was 2 then, wouldn't it? No?
It would be 2. 2 for me. If it's not a Jewy, it's a good fish of some kind. 2 for you. We can learn to fish first, mate.
Ah, there we go. Well, if you can't teach me.
I don't think anyone can teach you, mate. No, you've caught one today.
What's your excuse?
I don't have an excuse, mate. I think this is actually a good King George, to be honest. I really do think it's a good KG. And it's all going off. And now Richard's on. We've got, I reckon, a couple of King George coming here.
I'm going for the Jewy, you know.
What's the matter, Harry? Would you like me to give you a lesson on how to fish?
Yeah, mate, it'll be good.
Too bad. I don't get much of a chance to make you look bad. And here we go. It's a King George, folks. And it's a beauty. It's an absolute rip snorter, that one. Oops. I'm tangled around Harry. Ah, look at that. Now.
That's a good one.
Now, have a look at this. You remember my rig? I got the white jig. I just put a bit of squid on the back there for Jewies, and I've had some bites, but I got my dropper. Look at that. And the dropper had a bit of squid on it now. And now I got a King George. So here we are on the charter boat, targeting different species with the same rig in different ways, and you can see how your catch can really improve if you have a good think about it.
More than just standard reef fishing, Aqualib can take you to sport fishing reefs where you can battle with Samson fish on jigs. This certainly tops off the day when you've been catching jewfish all morning.
No, I reckon that's a Jewy. I reckon that's a big Jewy.
A lot of weight for me.
You wouldn't get much of a chance to have a fish, would you?
No, not that much, eh?
It's not done. It's not done for sure. There's plenty of sport fishing to be had out here, no doubt about it. There's sharks, there's Samson fish, and of course you might even jag a pesky jewfish, but we don't want them at all. It looks brown. Oh, actually no. Samson fish. Not a big sambo, just a small sambo. Oh, gee, all that effort for that. For that. Let me test that drag. What's that drag set on, eh? Oh, he's got the drag set on Iris Brim settings. That's the problem. Nice fish, mate. The best part about sport fishing is that you can take a picture, it lasts forever, and then you can pop your fish back and you can go back to the school to give someone else plenty of fun. Let's take him and chuck him back, mate. That wind's getting up. It doesn't matter in this boat. Woo. They're pretty hardy.
It's no wonder Aqualib is such a popular charter. This was the first time I'd spent the day with them, and the quality of their spots and fishing practices was very impressive. Sure, not every day can be as good as this one, but because they've got so many spots and they only work them a couple of times each year, when you drop your line in, you've got a much better chance of catching your best ever fish than you would if you went out by yourself or with a charter that doesn't work quite as hard. To find out more about Aqualib, call the lovely Melanie on 9586 9778 and tell her you want a fish as big as her Dewey.
Well, I gave you a bit of stick today, mate, but you did catch one good Dewey.
Yes, I did. One good Dewey, and that's kept me happy for the rest of the day.
And that's the key here with a charter like Aqualib. Even blokes like him, absolute mugs, absolute worthless fishermen. No, he's not quite that bad, but anyone can do this. Mel got the fish of the day, and there were plenty more besides, so come and have a look at Aqualib. It's very rare that you go home empty-handed.